and welcome to the daily English news program in Azərbaycan Television. This is your host daily Cindy with the most important events of the day. The people support only those leaders who they believe in. This trust, this confidence is gained through tests. History has repeatedly proved it. This fact once again confirmed on the stage of history in the person of President İlham.
Azerbaijani lands must be liberated from the occupation. 1 million refugees and IDPs must return to their native lands, and the territorial integrity of our country must be restored. This promise was made back in 2003. It was the first promise in relation to Qarabağ as president. The people had just voted for him and elected him as president. The great leader Heydər Əliyev entrusted Azerbaijan and his destiny to İlham Əliyev, expected a lot from him, even what he considered impossible. What the great leader Heydər Əliyev wanted most was the return of dignity and pride, the salvation of his devastated homeland, Qarabağ. It was not easy, which he knew all along. In all decisions, in all meetings, all visits, Qarabağ was his subject. We have no eyes on the lands of other countries. However, today's Armenia was created in the lands of ancient Azerbaijan. The Yerevan Khanate, Zangezur district are our historical lands. Nevertheless, we support the principle of territorial integrity of countries. The policy of ethnic cleansing against Azerbaijanis has resulted in the occupation of 20% of Azerbaijan's international recognized territories. More than 1 million refugees and IDPs have been displaced from their homes. The UN Security Council has adopted 4 resolutions calling for the withdrawal of Armenian troops from the occupied territories. Unfortunately, Armenia has been ignoring these resolutions for almost 20 years. He voiced these views with determination and confidence in front of everyone from various tribunes. A lot of things behind the scenes remained in shadow. President İlham Əliyev has been working hard all this time to make his vision a reality. Strong economy, perfect social projects, welfare of the people, powerful army, unshakable unity of people with the government, the country's growing international prestige. This legendary works, done with great political will and determination from 2003 till 2020, led to today's victory. Today, almost no issue other than the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict remains unresolved. There are developments, concrete policies, programs and good results in all areas. I am confident that we will achieve what we want in resolving the conflict, restore historical justice and return to our native lands. We will never allow the establishment of a second Armenian state on our lands. Armenia's political leadership must finally realize that acts of aggression are leading them into the abyss. Qarabağ is the historical and ancestral land of Azerbaijan. Qarabağ is Azerbaijan, an exclamation mark. Finally, the day has come and Qarabağ has returned to its rightful owner. Strong preparation, the right tactics and timing also provided a great victory. President İlham Əliyev will be remembered in history as a wise head of state, a strong leader, a victorious supreme commander-in-chief, an invincible commander who restored the territorial integrity of his country. After the collapse of the empires founded by Shah Ismail and Nadir Shah, for the first time Azerbaijan managed to return to its historical lands. I am happy that we are returning to our homeland, to our native Qarabağ, to Shusha being the crown of Qarabağ, and we will live on this lands forever. This war once again demonstrated the unbending spirit of the Azerbaijani people and showed again that I did everything what I said. It was no coincidence that I said that I knew what, how and when to do everything. All said and done, he once again demonstrated that he is the keeper of the word at the highest level. This is his philosophy. Our word is as powerful as our signature.
Biz qaytarmışıq bu torpaqları. Qayıtmışıq. Bax durmuşam burada Laçın rayonunda.
We returned these lands and have come back. Here I am standing in Laçın district as the Commander-in-Chief of the victorious army which has liberated these lands from the enemy. I have said that we will turn this region, Karabakh, into paradise. From now on, we will live on these lands forever. Nobody can prevent us from living on these lands. Karabakh is ours, Karabakh is Azərbaycan.
Əbədi yaşayacağıq. Heç kim bizi bu torpaqlardan bundan sonra tərpədə bilməz. Qarabağ bizimdir, Qarabağ Azərbaycandır.
As a result of the 44-day patriotic war, Azerbaijani lands that have remained under occupation for 30 years were liberated. The situation unfolding in the region creates an enabling environment for the establishment of the new security format and expansion of cooperation between the countries. This was stated by OSCE Chairperson in Office, Foreign Affairs Minister of Sweden, Ann Linde, during the press conference following the meeting with Minister of Foreign Affairs of Azerbaijan, Ceyhun Bayramov.
The main issue touched by Minister of Foreign Affairs of Sweden OSCE Chairperson in Office, Ann Linde, during a statement to the press following the meeting with Foreign Affairs Minister Ceyhun Bayramov, had to do with the situation in post-conflict area following the statement of November 10th. Ann Linde stated that the OSCE and international community play an important role to find a long-lasting solution in the region. Ceyhun Bayramov in his turn brought to the attention of the OSCE Chairperson in Office that our country, complying with the requirement of the trilateral statement, returned back all the prisoners of war to the other side. The number of prisoners handed over by Azerbaijan to Armenia was far greater than the number of the prisoners of war returned by Armenia to Azerbaijan. Those who came to the territories liberated from the occupation on November 26, long after the completion of the military operations and signing of the trilateral statement, were from the Shirak province of Armenia, and as a result of crimes committed by these people on the Azerbaijani territories, civilians were killed. According to the legislation, the investigation in respect to them is continuing. Saying that cases like this were not acceptable, Ceyhun Bayramov noted that international organizations should exert pressure on Armenia and each party should implement obligations it had committed itself to. During a meeting held by both ministers, the sides also discussed bilateral and multilateral cooperation issues in different fields. Ceyhun Bayramov also stated that over the last years, a lot of attention had been paid to the renewable and alternative energy sources in Azerbaijan. Sweden is also a leader country in this field. Sweden was always very active in terms of enhancing the interest and activity of the European Union in the region. Azerbaijan is the only state among Eastern Partnership states which signed documents on strategic partnership with 9 countries of the European Union. The minister added that considering principles of mutual interest and reciprocity, Azerbaijan supported the finalization and enforcement of the document signed with the European Union.
In accordance with the combat training plan for 2021, the Azerbaijan army started operational tactical exercises. According to the Defense Ministry, in line with the plan of the operational tactical exercises, the troops, command posts, combat and reserve units that have been put on alert are deployed to the operational designation areas. The troops' redeployment is implemented covertly and operationally, according to the demands of their organization. The command and service regulates all movements of troops and military vehicles. According to the plan of operational tactical exercises, rocket and artillery units have left the places of their permanent deployment on alert and are moving on designated routes. The Italian Regional Council of Calabria has adopted a document supporting Azerbaijan. The document, adopted on the initiative of a council member, Vito Pitaro, states that the relevant resolutions of the UN Security Council and General Assembly, as well as documents of other international organizations, confirm that Nagorno-Karabakh is part of Azerbaijan. The document states that the 44-day military operation ended last year with the signing of a trilateral statement by the leaders of Azerbaijan, Russia and Armenia on November 10, 2020, aimed at achieving a ceasefire and returning the occupied territories to Azerbaijan. Referring to the Azerbaijani-Italy strategic partnership, the document says that the implementation of the strategic plan for the reconstruction of infrastructure in these territories with the liberation of Azerbaijani territories has led to development and normalization processes in the region. All this creates new and important economic and trade opportunities for Italian companies. Along with the Calabria Regional Council, a total of 20 Italian cities and municipalities have adopted similar documents. 376 infections with novel coronavirus were registered in Azerbaijan. 101 people recovered after treatment and released home. 4 people who earlier tested positive for COVID-19 died. The overall confirmed cases in Azerbaijan have reached 240,671, with 231,061 recoveries and 3,286 deaths. The number of active infections is 6,324. Detect new infection cases over the past day, 5,891 tests, and overall 2,716,017 tests have been conducted in Azerbaijan, the task force under the Cabinet of Ministers reported. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.